Hey, what's up guys? It's Brandon here for RC Flight School. Today we're unboxing the brand new UMX Beast from E-Flite, Park Zone, whatever you want to call it. This is an awesome little biplane from them. This is really brought about because of the large scale Beast. So this is a real plane. In real life, this plane exists. It's used for a lot of sport acrobatics. Hangar 9 was a company that scaled it down for RC use, and still a very large platform. It was a 90-inch wingspan, so it's a huge plane. I mean, that wouldn't even fit on our table here in front of us. Not a lot of people can afford a plane like that. It's like $1,000 just to get it to your door. So E-Flite stepped in and scaled it down even more with the original designer to get it to fly just like the full-size one, but at a much smaller package and obviously a much smaller price. So this is a bind and fly model. You need a radio. We're going to be using the Spectrum DX6i behind me there to fly it. Other than that, everything else is in the box, so let's take a look. Once again, we get the excellent E-Flite packaging. They make sure that this thing can't move around while it's in transit or while you're moving it around. Perfect little mold here to hold it in place. Let's pop her out of here. We picked this guy up from our local hobby town in Germantown, Wisconsin. Saw her sitting on display. Had to get it. Another awesome little plane from E-Flite. Little LiPo battery and charger. Even a spare prop. That's a nice little touch. Everyone needs spare props. Alright, so starting with the battery, we got a small two-cell 120 milliamp pack. This does run a brushless motor, so that's why it's a two-cell, not a single cell like most of their microplanes. And a small DC charger. I say DC, that means that what they've given you in the box is meant to plug into your car. Little alligator clips for your car battery, or you could buy an optional cigarette lighter to plug it into that, but they're kind of assuming you're going to be out on location, you won't have a wall plug nearby. Now if you absolutely have to have a wall plug to charge this, they do sell it separately. You'll plug into this little port here and then you can power it off your AC power at home. So nice little charger, simple start stop, really don't have to worry about much. It's a smart charger, so you can just let it go and it will stop automatically. Always hooking you up to get you ready to fly. Plane itself, always well protected. A little bit of plastic wrap here to protect the paint job. Pull that off. Now a plane like this, because it's a biplane, there's a lot of extra hardware. That can be a good and bad thing depending on how the company built it. Now E-Flite, again, just an excellent job on the hardware. Full rigging, and you can see these little, looks like almost rope going between the wings. That's to stiffen it up. This thing's meant for full acrobatics, and without those, that top wing will be able to shake so much the plane would be very unstable. So these are actually carbon fiber rods, believe it or not. And there's 4 on each half of the wing, so we got 8 carbon fiber rods holding this thing in place. That really shows. If you watch the videos of this thing flying, it's very solid, very locked in. It can perform snap rolls, anything, you name it. It's really made for a lot of sport acrobatics with a touch of 3D, and 3D is the most kind of acrobatic flying you can do. So they made sure it was equipped for that. We have twin independent servos for the ailerons. Again, positioned very close to the actual aileron so you don't have slop in the linkage when you're doing acrobatics. You can't have any of that. So we got dedicated servos for each side. And then they have the 6-channel micro receiver with built-in brushless ESC for radio control. It's got 2 servos for the tail. You have rudder and elevator control. And my favorite feature about these little UMX micros, brushless. Got a tiny Park 180 brushless outrunner. Plenty of power. This thing will fly straight up to 30 miles an hour plus, no problem. So power not going to be an issue, even though the motor looks tiny. It packs quite a punch. We have, again, a nice sliding battery tray. When I say sliding, that means they've made the battery tray longer than the battery, so you can adjust the weight of the battery to adjust your center of gravity. On an acrobatic plane like this, it's very crucial to find the kind of center of gravity that you like. You kind of tune it out according to how the plane flies and your personal flying characteristics. Weight towards the back makes it more acrobatic. Weight towards the front makes it more stable. So one nice little feature that you can play around with that everyone needs. We got full working landing gear on this thing, some scale wheel pans, tiny wheels, and the tail wheel is steerable, so you can take off, taxi, steer on the ground, and land just like a real plane. Nice little canopy hatch here. Lightning holes also serve as cooling holes to allow airflow to go through the whole plane. Keeps everything nice and cool for you. And you gotta love the paint scheme. E-Flite is always making sure these look as scale as possible. And they got full paint, not just on the top, but on the bottom. Decals, all the sponsors, just an awesome looking little plane. This is gonna be right up there with our S-Bach. We're gonna put these probably head to head. The micro S-Bach is right behind me up there. They have very similar power plants, very similar airframes. This one obviously being a biplane, but fully acrobatic. So we're going to put these two through their paces to see how they perform against each other. We're really excited about it. We want to know what you have to say about it. So please comment below. Put some questions down there. If you have a comment about the plane, you've flown it, you've modded it, let us know. We're here to help each other out, so we want to know what you have to say. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll be talking to you soon.